Behind every smile lies a secret. Behind every promise, a trap. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Season 4, Episode 22. The Letter That Never Came. Robert Carter's public testimony ignited a wave of truth. Survivors everywhere began stepping forward, not just to name the lies, but to reclaim their stories. Safe Haven offered something new, not just justice, but healing. One story begins with a letter that never arrived. At Safe Haven, in the counseling room, Amara sits across from Miriam. The room is quiet, warm. A single notebook rests between them. Miriam traces her finger along the page, breath-catching. I used to wait for letters. Every Sunday I'd check the mailbox. My dad left when I was 6, and he promised he'd write. He never did. But every week I hoped. She swallows hard, eyes down, then continues. When the scammer sent me that photo, the boy with the big eyes, and told me he needed a mother, it felt like a door I'd been waiting at finally opened. Amara's voice is soft but firm. You'd been waiting a long time, hadn't you? Miriam nods, lips trembling. I wasn't just lonely. I was forgotten. And then someone finally saw me. Or at least I thought they did. You were seen, just not for the right reasons. Amara's voice is steady. They didn't create the emptiness. They found it and filled it with fiction. Miriam wipes her face with her sleeve. He asked me what I wanted most. I said, to matter to someone? And he said, you already do. That line, it wrecked me. You mattered before any of it. You still do. Amara reaches for the tissue box and offers it gently. The difference now is, you hold the pen. That night, Emma clicks through survivor videos. On screen, Miriam's voice overlays imagery. A child waiting by a mailbox. A young woman staring at a hopeful message, hands trembling over a wire transfer form. I kept every message, Miriam says in voiceover. Even the ones that asked for money, because they were proof. Proof that someone, somewhere might love me. But I was wrong. David looks up from his screen, visibly moved. This is going to change someone's life. Emma nods, quiet. It already changed hers. That evening at Robert's apartment, Robert sits at his kitchen table, reading the comments section of his video. He stops at one that reads, I see it now. The timing, the pressure, the scripted panic. It was never love. It was always control. He leans back, exhaling deeply. They're starting to get it. At an unknown location, Kay stands alone in a cold room, walls lined with screens. Robert's video plays silently on one. Others show posts from survivors, Miriam's story among them. Kay watches without blinking, then quietly, let them share. It only works until they drown in their own emotions. His fingers move swiftly on a keyboard. Moments later, hundreds of new scam profiles launch, unoriginal, rushed, soulless. At Safe Haven, in the strategy room, the team stands around a board filled with printed messages. The usual finesse is gone. Now it's noise. It's like someone scrambling, says David. Same bait, but the hook's gone. They're trying to flood the storylines, Emma mutters, scrolling through fake accounts. Smother the truth in fiction. They're forgetting the one thing we're using, Ethan adds. Real emotion. Amara pins Miriam's final letter on the board. And real healing. That night at Miriam's apartment, Miriam lights a candle and places her notebook back on the shelf. Then with a quiet steadiness, she opens a brand new journal. She writes a single word on the first page. Now. Next on episode 23, The Ashes and the Flame. Olivia opens up for the first time about the sister she lost and how grief made her vulnerable to a promise of love from a stranger. But as she begins to write, what emerges is more than pain. It's power. Don't miss Season 4, Episode 23, The Ashes and the Flame.